So just real quick for lighting reference, in order to make it look like it's actually morning over here for someone sitting on the couch, I had to use fairly elaborate lighting because it's the middle of the night. The first light is, well, actually, you know what, technically, the first light is this softbox outside the window. It's a big 3-foot softbox, and that's just replicating what light does when it comes in through the window. And then I have a second light out there. It's really hard to see, but it's a yellowish, kind of warm, orangey light, and it's not soft at all. It's harsh light, and that's creating the sense of sunlight coming in. Because basically when you have window light in the morning, you have two things. You have the ambient light coming in through the windows, and then you have the warmer direct light from the sun. So I'm simulating both of those things. I can actually go outside real quick so you can see that from out here. We've got, oh, there's a lot of bugs out here. You've got this softbox right here behind the window, and then that's the sun. That's all it is. It's very, very bright. So that replicates the look of the windows. But then to actually make the scene lit well, I have a giant shower curtain right here. You can't really see it. It's on a giant stand. It's a big shower curtain. And that has a light behind it. So this light is being diffused by the shower curtain. It's not very bright. It's very dim compared to those other ones over there. Its only job is to gently light things from the front here, from an angle, so that we've got shadows on this side, but it just gently lights things in the scene. And then the very last thing is this light right here, which is just bouncing off this giant white thing. And what that is that's bouncing back into the room from this side to create the sense of ambient light, because if it was actually daytime, the lighting would be very everywhere and ambient, coming from all kinds of windows, not just those over there. So to get that look of ambient light, we have this light. If I turn this light off, you'll see how much darker it looks on the side. It doesn't necessarily look completely unconvincing, but it doesn't quite look as good. It looks like this is the only window in the entire house. Whereas if we have this switched on, that makes it look like there's at least some ambient light elsewhere in the house. You might be wondering, why bother with all this? Why fake all this when I could just film in the morning and make it, easy for myself? And the answer is real light from the morning. Even though that's what I'm simulating, it's not controlled, it's whatever. It shifts around, the brightness changes, and it doesn't necessarily do exactly what I want to have a nice cinematic quality. By having all these lights right here, even though it's motivated by all the things I explained, like there's a rationale to each light and what purpose it serves. What this actually is that's a backlight, which is casting a nice shiny glow on everything from behind. That's a light coming in from the side that's kind of being the main source of light. And then we have a very gentle kind of frontal, extra super soft light kind of filling in everything from the front. So I'm getting this beautiful wrap of progressively brighter light as it moves behind the subject. And that's a very cinematic thing. And then, of course, to avoid it being too contrasty, I've got this huge white thing to bounce light off of, so that it's not just shadowy all on one side, since all the light's coming from over there. So if it were actually morning, it would look a lot like this, but it wouldn't be quite as controlled, not quite as refined, and it just wouldn't, it wouldn't actually look as cinematic. So by doing it at night and faking it, I can carefully control it, fine-tune the brightness values of everything, and make it exactly what I want it to be to look like a cinematic shot in the morning. So yeah, so that's how you make it look like it's absolutely definitely morning when it's absolutely definitely not.